How you doing, folks? I'm gonna share one of my practices of many practices that I do. Is I work on my form down here in my basement when it's dark, which is here. It's roughly almost 8 o'clock or a little after 8, and it's pretty dark outside. So I got a light out there I shoot under too. If I get home real late or so, and I want to go out there and shoot, it'd be a lot of 10, 12, 13 yards and in shots, but it's something always something there to work on. So down here I can see the target fairly well, so I just sit down on the bucket. My ceilings are about 7 foot tall, so I really don't do any standing down here. With this practice, I work on form and shot placement. See if I can hit where I want to hit. If I'm having trouble with form, it does not take a lot of room to work on your shot process and your whole form. I got about 10 yards if I move back a little bit to my target. Right now I'm roughly about 8.5, 9 yards. So all I'm going to do is just work on my form, work on my shot placement. I got a deer target set up down here, and it's not 3D, but it's in a block. I got vital shots, so I'm just trying to make sure my form's good, where I can put my shot wherever I want it, and I'm trying to break in a tab. So if you're trying to break in something, it's a good thing. It don't really take a lot of room. These are just basically repetitive shots, and me going back looking at my form on video and see if I'm dropping. I can tell within my shot, but it's easier if you videotape yourself and watch your whole form. You'll see where your misses come from. So a lot of my misses is my bow arm not being concrete or solid. So I work on my bow arm a lot and my release, make sure I'm not plucking away from my face, make sure I'm coming back to my second anchor. So but this practice is just basically, when I first started traditional archery, I would sit down here and shoot the bow that I was going to shoot repetitively and make sure I can hit the same shots and try to transfer it out to further yardages. So I'm going to shoot a few shots and we'll see. I'm trying to put my shot placement where I'm mainly in the lower third of the deer target, which will be right around the heart, a little above the heart. So I'm just allowing for a jump of the string. If I'm not going to shoot an alert deer, but if they don't know I'm there, if they hear a pluck or something in your string, little harmonics, this bow's relatively quiet, but a deer's ears, they can hear a lot more than what we can hear. So I try to tune for quiet, and I try to work on my form, to make the cleanest release, the bow arm being steady and all that. So what I do is I go through my whole shot process down here, and we'll take a few shots. Everything there seemed to feel pretty good. So we'll get out here and look at this. Lay this bow down. And this practice I may take quite a few shots. You can see this is about where I want them at. So right there down to the heart. I try to shrink my kill zone to a smaller area, but I want to stay away from the shoulder blade, and I want to stay basically in the triangle. But it's just, I'm working on shot placement and accuracy, being a lot more accurate than what I am. So there's a lot of things you can do with less yardage. And basically, if you go through your whole shot process, And or if you're not familiar with a bow, you know, it does not take a lot of room to shoot and get to know your bow a little bit, how it wants to be held. It saves you a lot of learning curve out there on range or during a 3D tournament, or you know, a competition tournament like ASA. You know, if I'm gonna compete and hunt, I usually just, the best way I found is to choose one bow and work with that bow, because each traditional bow, you can take like this Savannah Stealth, I can have another one made and it'll totally react totally different. I don't know why that's so. I got two Bear Grizzlies hanging up over here, and they react totally different. They shoot totally different. They want to be held totally different. So that's just the nature of it. So I usually choose just one bow, work with that bow, and get to know it pretty intimately, so I know what I can do and what I can't do with the bow. Well, I'm way off on that one, man. My whole focus. Well, maybe not. It might be my eyes. Get down here and look at this again, and we'll talk about the shots I made. Well, not really off, but where I want to be is right around that heart, and I can put it to a regular, let me get my fingers out of the way, and I can put it to a regular dot, you know, or an X or whatever you shoot at, and try to place it. So basically, to be accurate is doing the same thing every time, and it comes in with shot consistency, and this practice kind of helps me with that. So if I start getting really bad and I ain't got enough time to work on it outside, I'll have a target set up down here to work on things like that, so I can be, you know, I can straighten out a whole lot of problems in a short yardage, and try to take what I do consistently down here outside down on the range or in my other target, where I can shoot 20, 25, 30 yards, you know, where I can see when I shoot 30 and beyond that point is I'm looking at my form, my bow arm, and all that. I constantly, in every practice that I do from outside to in here, is always working on my form, my whole shot process. So if you do that, it's a boring practice. But if you take at least, you know, a dozen to half dozen to a dozen shots every day like that, you'll see your form get more solid and improve a lot quicker. It does not take a whole gob of shots. If you just take your time and make good quality shots, and that's what I put in my mind in any practice. I want to make good shots all the time. So we're not hooter shooters. We ain't perfect. So I'll show you how to look for the good and out of a bad shot per se, and that way it keeps your mind in a good attitude. But it don't take 40 errors to have a good practice. I rather have quality than quantity in my practice. So down here I concentrate on quality than I do outside. Sometimes I get in a hurry, like I have been here past few days. So down here I can kind of slow myself down and take that back outside in my normal practice. So I hope this is helpful, and I'm telling you, this will help you tons, especially on a rainy day. Sometimes taking breaks, like I took a break yesterday, I didn't even shoot, so it actually helps clear your mind, gets everything fresh, and but this little practice here, it'll help you, especially, I don't care where you're at. If you're ahead, if you're starting out or an experienced archer, you know, it does not take a whole lot of room to work on your shot process and form. So I hope this practice helps you. It's helped me, and that's something that's helped me for almost 2 years, and I've used it. Started here back recently using it, and I've used it on my last bow that I was shooting. So I hope y'all have a great day, and God bless.